Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Goat Locker Racing. Let me work on a couple of things real quick. All right. Good evening. Nope. Still not working right. Mic check 1. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if y'all can hear me correctly now. Holy crap, was that loud at the start of this? All right. So that I make sure I got all my levels correct here. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Goat Locker Xfinity Class Racing Series. Brought to you by Goat Locker Racing. I am your host for the night, Mark Mudslide Hollifield. I'm trying to get everything situated and up to date. Looks like we are going to have a pretty good turnout tonight. We are racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina. Looks like we have about 100 plus laps tonight. Give me 1 second, I'll double check, make sure. Yep, we have 100 laps tonight. Then next week we'll be going to Indianapolis for the Indianapolis 500, where we're going to do 60 laps in the Xfinity Series. Tonight's racers are including, but not limited to, Connor LaFrance, Mario Sorry, I'm trying to... I had some good dinner, and I'm trying not to let it come across the... So, Connor LaFrance will be in the number 13. Let's take a look at his vehicle real quick, see if he's even on the track yet. Oh, he's in the pit stall. See if we can... I'll do the introductions like I did last night. He's barely in the pit stall. He looks like he's kind of stalled out a little bit. Actually, that's not Connor. Uh-oh. Connor is running a paint scheme number that does not belong to him. So that might not be him. His car is not available for us to see right now. All right, let's take a look at Mario Miranda. Yep. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If I ain't, I'm sorry, Mario. Let's see. So Mario will be driving the number 99 tonight. It is a Toyota for the University of Oklahoma. I don't have much knowledge about Mario's background, so... Other than the fact that he's a Oklahoma University fan, it looks like. And he's driving for the Oklahoma University Esports in the Toyota Supra, number 99. Next, we have Alexander Muscarella. Yep. He's driving a Chevy Camaro from Summerize, black in color with white sport stripes. It's the number 48. So we have Mark Brannigan Jr. in the number 47. I can pull him up. He's coming out in his Camaro. Let's see. Doesn't look like he has a sponsor for tonight, so that'll be all right. Next, we have Zach Wilson. Mr. Wilson is driving a Ford Mustang in the number 51, white with blue. And he's self-promoted tonight. Then we have Mr. Chuck Pegleg Feltz in the number 75. You gotta love him. Even though he is a crayon eater, you still have to love him. So he's supporting that Marine Corps colors right there in that Chevy Camaro, number 75. Dakota Wilson is sporting a patriotic flame-colored Camaro. Let's see, this is Dakota Wilson in the number 52. So it's not too outlandish. Then we have Mr. Tyler Granat in a Ford Mustang, Ford performance car, number 81. Black and gold. It's the DeWalt Ford. Next we have Mr. Logan the Fish Sturgis supporting, I can't read what's on the front of his. Big Fish Motorsports, I believe, is who he's sponsored by. In that Camaro, the number 26. Yep, Big Fish Motorsports. Then we have Todd Danbury in the Brash Ash Camaro, number 69. Brash Ass Camaro. Todd Danbury in the number 69. I'm almost scared to look at the hood of this car. Okay, it's not that bad. I thought it'd be something a little bit more. Then we have Mr. Tommy Osborne in the number 1 Camaro. Mr. Osborne is taking a break for a second, so he shifted out of the view. Let's see. Matt Knights, I'm trying to pull him up. There we go. Mr. Knights is in the Trash Panda Subaru. He's running the number 64, white and blue Trash Panda Subaru. I said Subaru, didn't I? Yeah, he's not gonna like that. But as you can see, it's a Panda powered. Next we have Mr. Bobby Bender. Oh, Bobby Bender. Mr. Bobby Bender is running a number 8. Yep, number 8 Goat Locker Veterans Toyota. It's the Vets Toyota. So I guess he put the Goat Locker League on there just to let him know that he's racing in this league. Then we have Colton Tooten. And yes, it's Tooten instead of Tutten because I got corrected big time after last week. Riding around in the Black Rifle Coffee Company Camaro Camouflage, number 46. Oh, inside wall crash. That was not good at all. All right. Next we have in the number 58, I believe this is Paige Ellenson, related to Doug Ellenson and Jake Ellenson. I believe it's Paige that's driving tonight because the driver is doing a whole lot better at holding the line and everything than Doug does. They share the account, so I could be wrong, but it looks like Paige is driving the number 58 tonight. We'll take a look at the back of her vehicle. Oh, yep, I believe that's Paige's car tonight. Then we have the number 25, Colton Lanford. He's not on the track yet. And Jacob Ellenson. Let's see if he's on the track yet. Nope, no Jacob Ellenson yet. I'm not going to be racing tonight, so my car is not out there. I'm up in the booth, but for some reason it wouldn't let me watch. It made me actually have to jump into the race. So I had to bring out my Ford, but I will not be racing tonight. So all in all, it looks like we have 19 racers currently. So we're going to go back and take a look at some of the excitement around the track using the TV cameras. We'll watch some of these guys go around and get their practices in. Now, it's 100 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Everybody knows that Charlotte is a 1.5 mile track, but it acts like a super speedway in certain areas. The best part of this track is that it's right here in North Carolina. It's one of the older tracks in the circuit also, and one of the favorites among the NASCAR circuit. So I'm looking around, I'm seeing if anybody else is coming in. I'm not seeing anybody just yet coming in. I would like to know if anybody can tell me if the stream is too loud or too low or what's going on. So, Mr. La France has not showed up yet, that I can tell. Oh, maybe he has. He is in the live AG1 Camaro, sporting the number 11, which belongs to Mr. Curtis Sovereign. But I guess tonight the number 13 is actually going to be running the number 11. Not sure exactly why, but we will find out later on. So it looks like the best video feed for tonight will be coming from the TV2 camera. However, as stuff progresses and goes through, I will be switching in and out of the vehicles, and we'll check on the leaders. I will stay where most of the action is throughout the night, but I will also be checking on the leaders and see how that they are performing. Right now, it looks like our best time belongs to Richard Swavely, who just snuck in here, driving the number 40 car. Let's take a look at Mr. Swavely, if I can. There we go. Mr. Swavely is driving a red and black with orange or yellow numbers Camaro, it looks like. And it looks like a Mike's Hard Lemonade. sponsored vehicle. I'm not so sure. That's not a Camaro, that's a Mustang. Oh yeah, that's Mike's Hard Lemonade bringing you a Mr. Richard Swavely and the number 40, who's set the time right now at 30.55 seconds for the lap time. So he's holding the record right now, followed by Mr. Jacob Ellenson. Mr. Ellenson is sporting the Goat Locker Camaro. He's driving the number 27. Mr. Ellenson averaged a 30.58. That was his fastest time for tonight. The best time of the night right now belongs to Connor LaFrance, who is now back out on the course. And you see, ooh, Connor just got a little bit of that wall. We flipped to him just in time to see him touch that wall. Well, he ain't got far to go in his pits. You see him getting reset. Let's check on Alexander. Oh, Nicholas Lindbergh is in here. Let's see if I can find him. That's not Nicholas. This is Nicholas in the number 98. He is shooting around the course. Driving a white Camaro tonight. I cannot read what that little logo says, but it's an iRacing paint scheme, so we have 19 drivers out on the course right now. Well, lined up for tonight's events. So right now it is Connor LaFrance, Mario Miranda, Mark Brannigan Jr., Alexander Muscarella. Ooh! Yeah, that was a bad accident. Let's see. Go back and take a look at that in full. See what happened there. Coming into the tri-oval. Oh! And he just smashed the back end of Pagan's car, trying to cut the tri-oval, and Jake Ellenson got into him too. Let me make sure that that's Pagan. Hang on. I need to make sure that that is Pagan racing tonight. I believe it is, but I'm not for sure. Usually, Doug Ellenson is racing on Monday nights, and I think Paige Ellenson races on Friday nights in the Xfinity. I'm trying to make sure, though, because it has been known that Doug does race every now and then also. So, while I'm waiting on word to get back to me as to who's driving the 58, we will see how everything is going. And you can see them, they're trying to learn the track and see where the good drafting points are and which is better, whether to do the high line or the low line. Now, since this is a competition race, the practice, everything, all the traction that's put, all the rubber and everything that is put down right now during practice will carry over to the qualifying round. And then that will carry over to the race itself. Now, each driver will have 3 sets of tires behind the wall. They will qualify on 1 set of tires, and that set of tires will transfer over to the beginning of the race. I believe they are under 100% fuel, but I could be wrong because it is only 100 laps. So I could be wrong on that one. Sometimes I don't always get told what's going in to the fuel tanks and stuff, so we will see. And you see everybody is learning how to draft with each other. They're also trying to figure out where the best passing points are, which way is better to enter turns 1 and 2, because turn 1 can get tricky. If you get into it too far, you will shoot right up the track and hit the wall coming out of 1 going into 2, and that can cause problems for anybody around you. Then also, if you get too low coming into 1, you'll start shooting up the track coming out of 1 going into 2, and when you come out, you can pin somebody to the upper side of the wall, or you can get your back end knocked off. So it's a little bit tricky. Now 3 and 4 are pretty easy. They're not as hard of a turn. You want to come in a little bit late, dragging that brake just a little bit going into 3, so that you come down about the midpoint or low point, and then you go. It looks like a little bit of vendetta out there between the 98 and 58. I think that was the 98. Yep. Look like Nicholas might have a little bit of let me make sure that wasn't Nicholas. Oh, nope. It's not Nicholas. That would be Mario. That has a little bit of an issue with let me see. Let's check Nicholas. Yep, Nicholas is the 98. And it looked like he was having a little bit of issue going across the front stretch there. So we'll see if they can work this out. Hopefully it'll be a good, clean, safe race out there, and nobody will be having too much of a hindrance or be too much of a hindrance to anybody else. So as we watch them come around, Pagan's a little bit loose going into 1, coming out of it though. She seems to have gotten better handling on it. But Nicholas is just not giving her anything, and oh, that sent her to the inside wall. Remember, this is practice. So this is not counting against them. We've got a few more minutes before the practice actually ends. We got about 6 minutes before the practice ends and the qualifying begins. So hopefully they will get this worked out. And I'd hate to see it carry over into the race itself. Because if it does, then something is going to have to give. Why is he going backwards? What? All right. We might have Scott Rankin joining us here in a few minutes. He might be working or a little bit late. So, Mr. Rankin has been running recently. Oh. Cancel. Dang it. There we go. Sorry, I'm messing with a couple of things and trying to learn, see what all's going on here. So right now we're just going to watch them as they get their practice laps in and everything. The best time right now that I am seeing is by Connor LaFrance at 30.39. So he is the pace leader. Then Mario Moretta is 30.40. Mark Brannigan at 30.41. Richard Swavely, 30.44. Nicholas Limburger, 30.45. Alexander Muscarella at 30.47. Zach Wilson in the 51 put down a 30.49. Chuck Pegleg Phelps in the 75 put down a 30.49. Jacob Ellenson was able to pull out a 30.52 in the 27. Dakota Wilson in the 52 put down a 30.55. Tyler Granat put down a 30.58. Logan the Fish Sturgeon put down a 30.62. Colton Tooten put down a 30.68. Todd Danbury was able to pull a 30.74. Tommy Osborne was able to pull 30.75. Colton Lanford, 30.86. Matt Knights, 30.9. Yeah, Matt Knights, 30.90. Bobby Bender, a 30.92. And the 58 that we're watching right now has done a 31.46. So that could be Papa as in Doug or Papa as in Paige Ellenson. I'm not sure which. We'll see how it goes. Nobody's answered me back yet and told me whether or not that's her or not. Oh, somebody just smashed into her. Is it Pagan or is it Doug that is driving the 58 tonight? I don't know if I turned it up too much for you or not. Let me... It is Pagan.
Yes.
Okay. So Pagan is the driver of the 58 tonight. We have that confirmed by Mama Ellenson, who is the mama of Jake and the wife of Doug. And grandmother to Pagan, right?
Correct.
So, it looks like Pagan's made a couple of bad friends out there. One of them being Nicholas Limburger. Because
Okay. Nick kiss her spotter in real life racing.
Oh, okay. So he's hitting her intentionally just to motivate her?
Probably.
Because he's hit her like 500 or 600 times since I've started watching this.
Yeah, probably. He's her spotter tonight anyways.
Oh, he's not going to race?
I don't know. Probably not.
Or are you talking in real life race?
But he said he was going to spot for her tonight. But he does spot for her in real life racing.
Well, if he's going to race, I don't think he can spot for her, so...
No, he might be just practicing with her.
Okay. Well, we've watched her and him get jammed up a few hundred times now.
I was busy doing other things I wasn't watching.
Coming through the front stretch, he nailed her at 100 and some miles an hour while she was just barely moving across the front stretch in the tri-oval. So...
He's giving her money to work with.
Ah, I see. So he's working her out then.
Yes.
Well, that works.
Yeah, he's been over here a few times helping on her car. He helps her in the pits a lot. If he's not racing, he helps her. His brother comes down and helps.
Okay. I got to get the volume situated right in my thing. Huh? Oh, okay. Let me see. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you stopping in. You might be hearing a little bit of feedback because I'm trying to make sure I got the right volume settings before we go into the actual race. So I'm taking this time.
Put your insurance on easy mode. Switch and save with Geico.
Right volume settings before we go into the actual race. So I'm taking this time.
Put your insurance on easy mode. Switch and save with Geico. Right volume settings before we go into the actual race. So I'm taking this time.
All right, so the drivers are getting ready to start their qualifications. Because it's got me listed as a driver, I'm not able to watch any of the drivers right now. All right, so the drivers are getting ready to start their... While we're waiting on the results of the qualification round, what I'll do is go ahead and mention our sponsors. I'd like to send a shout out to Goat Locker Racing for sponsoring us here. Also like to be able to send a shout out to the sponsors of Goat Locker. Oop, sorry. What I'll do is go ahead and mention our sponsors. I'd like to send a shout out to We've got Jam Printing and Promotions, Cruisin Classics, Gill Insurance Advisors, Veterans 48, Redbeard Design Company, and of course the guys at Goat Locker Racing. Patrick and Jamie have been putting this on for a little while, and they are doing a great job of it, and they're letting me take over. For those of you who are just now joining, I am Mark Mudslide Hollifield. I'll be your broadcaster for tonight with Goat Locker Xfinity Series Racing live at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Motorsports Arena. We have an interesting field tonight. Looks like we're going to have roughly 19 drivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep, it'll be 19 drivers tonight. Waiting on the field to finish their load ups, and also so that I can be able to pull up the grid for you and let you know who all is doing what and where they're going to be racing. You will see my name roll across the top of the screen. However, I am not in the race. The reason being is because it would not let me watch the race tonight. It said I had to race. So to come live to you from the booth, I am actually inside I have a car in the pit road, but I'm not actually in the race. So what we're looking at is Concord, North Carolina's most popular racetrack, the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Hopefully I've got the volume adjusted just right for everybody. And I will post the grid as I see it. Yep. We're waiting on the final couple of cars. There's only 2 cars that have not gone out and gridded yet, so they're not qualified yet. It is Dakota Wilson and Bobby Bender that have not qualified as of yet. I don't know if they've hit the ready up or not, so we're waiting to see. We'll be doing 100 laps tonight. Like I said earlier, the drivers have 3 sets of tires behind the wall. They have 1 set of tires that they qualified on and that they will be starting the race with. All the track conditions from the practice, all the conditions from the previous practice have carried over to the qualifying, and from qualifying onto the actual racetrack itself. Now it looks like we're all ready. Everybody's getting ready to line up, so let's pull the grid up and show you where everybody is starting. So the starting lineup is Zach Wilson in the number 51, Richard Swavely in the number 40, Mario Mirinda in the number 99, Tyler Granat in the number 81, Alexander Muscarella in the 48, Logan Sturgeon in the number 26, Mark Brannigan Jr. in the number 47, Jacob Ellenson in the number 27, Connor LaFrance in the 13, Chuck Feltz in the number 75, Colton Tooten in the number 46, Colton Lanford in the number 25. We call those two Colton Squared. Matt Knights in the number 64, Tommy Osborne in the number 1, Todd Danbury in the number 69, Nicholas Limburger in the number 98, Paige Ellenson will be driving in the 58, Dakota Wilson in the 52, and Bobby Bender in the number 8, rounding out the field. Everybody's getting their last minute instructions and starting to come off as they come around the track for the lineup and everything. You hear the roar of the cars as they come around the corners here. It looks like we have a lead change. The number 8, Bobby Bender. Yeah, for some reason, the gridding is showing Bobby Bender at the start of the racetrack, but he's not. It's actually Zach Wilson and Richard Swavely. So Bobby Bender is going to be starting from the pits, ladies and gentlemen. As the pace car comes off, we are doing the restart zones and also the choose zone. As they enter into the restart zone, you see that Zach Wilson takes off, and he is being pushed hard by the number 99, Mario Miranda. So we see side-by-side action going into turns 3 and 4, coming out of 4, going into the tri-oval. You got side-by-side action of the 26 and the 47. That would be Mark Brannigan and Logan Sturgeon. Logan Sturgeon is passing Mark Brannigan on the outside. They are just leaving Mark Brannigan high and dry on the inside of the track. But there, Tyler Granat drops down in front of Mark Brannigan to try and cut off any chance of him passing him. They're still side by side going into turn 1. Coming out of turn 2, we have a 4-car pack that is side by side. The leaders in front have a change of leaders. It's Mario Miranda now leading in the 99. Zach Wilson is in second and Richard Swavely is in third. Alexander Muscarella is in fourth. Tyler Granat is trying to keep Mark Brannigan from taking fifth away from him. Connor LaFrance has pushed past Logan Sturgis to take over the 7th spot. Logan's dropped down 2 to take over the 8th spot. Jacob Ellenson has lost 1 and is taken over the 9th spot. Connor LaFrance is running the number 11 tonight, not the number 13. So if I say 13, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the car itself. I only see the difference whenever I look at the car itself. You see them coming out of turn 2 side by side. Tyler Granat has been pushed to the inside, and everybody is passing him just on the outside as they run into turn 3. He pushes up the track just a little bit, going into the tri-oval, blocking off Logan Sturgis. Logan is left high, and whoa, Jacob Ellenson got a little loose going into turn 1 and went just below the white line and shimmied just a little bit. Mario Miranda has a .35 second lead over Zach Wilson. It looks like Pagan is back there a little ways. You see the cars are getting a little bit squirrely coming around as they get the tire wear off. So there's not that much traction, and you can see Pagan is about to be caught by the leaders. A little bit of a wall grind there for Zach Wilson going into turn 1. We're looking, and Mario is catching up to Pagan now. Going into turn 3, Pagan's dropping low. She's trying to hold on to it so that she doesn't cause any collapse or any conflict with anybody else back there. You see that number 11, Connor LaFrance, is doing it sideways and doing a Tokyo drift as he enters 1 and coming out of 2. Everybody's looking to dive low to enter turn 3 so that they can come out in the midsection of 4 and be able to enter the tri-oval right in the middle to the lower half. Some of these guys have not got it down just yet where the breaking point should be as they enter turn 1. That's why we're seeing them slide just a little bit. We have some more side-by-side action back there. And now you see Jacob Ellenson just pulling away from the rest of the pack. Right now, Mario Miranda has the best lead on everybody, with the last lap being 31.27. Jacob Ellenson is running pretty good and moving up the field as he moved up 1 slot from his starting position to take over from 8th to 7th. Mario Miranda has moved up 2 slots. Richard Swavely is back in his original starting position. Alexander Muscarella has taken over 3rd spot, moving forward 2. Zach Wilson has lost 3 spots and down to 4th position. Mark Brannigan is up 2 slots to take over 5th. Connor LaFrance, Jacob Ellenson, Tyler Granat, Logan Sturgeon, and Nicholas Lindberger round out your top 10. Chuck Phelps, Colton Tooten, Colton Lanford, Todd Danbury, and Matt Knights round out the top 15. Dakota Wilson, Bobby Bender, Tommy Osborne, and Pagan Ellenson round out the top 19. Right now it's a pretty even race as they come around the corners. Everybody is starting to fall into line. You can see Pagan has moved to the inside of the track. She's letting everybody else go around. She is not trying to hold up anybody that is way faster than her. It's putting her down another lap, but she is still learning. This is her first racing season with us here at GOAT Locker Racing. So, and for those that don't know, Pagan is a younger lady who is related to Jake Ellenson and Doug Ellenson and also Mama Ellenson. So racing is in their family. I believe she is the niece of Jake Ellenson. As you see the 27 in the background there, coming across the start-finish line, we have a pretty good run for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th as the battle is right there with those 4 cars. They are side by side trying to pass each other. You've got Mark Brannigan moving to the inside. He's trying to get pushed by Connor LaFrance. And Jacob Ellenson is catching up to them because they are battling it out up there. So the 47 has made it past the Richard Swavely, who has lost 4 positions from the start of the race. The number 40 is slowly dropping back. Remember, folks, the fastest time in qualifying does not matter whenever it comes to this race. The wear and tear on these tires and how much stress you put on them is what matters. Each of these drivers have to learn where the right points are to go into the corners, because you can be fast going in, but if you are too fast going into these corners, it doesn't take much for you to lose it and get sideways. You got to know where the brake points are, be able to drag the brake coming through and help you set up for the next turns. We see Jake Ellenson moving around. He's on the inside. It's a battle between Jake Ellenson and Richard Swavely. They are drag racing it to the start finish, and Jake is able to take the lead away from Richard Swavely. And Tyler Granat is now trying to take a position away from Swavely as well. As he does, coming out of turn 2, he's able to slide up in front of him. Tyler Granat is staying lower on the inside of 3 and 4. They are not getting too close to the grass down there in the infield, because that will end their night if they get too caught up in that grass. You see all the other drivers coming around. Alexander Muscarella, I hope I'm saying this guy's name. I'm just going to call him Alexander. And the number 48 has taken over 2nd position. Zach Wilson has dropped down to take over 3rd. And he is battling it out with Mark Brannigan and Connor LaFrance right now to stay in 3rd position. You can see them knocking at his back door saying, "Hey man, we are here and we are trying to take over." Jake Ellenson is trying to give him a push too. Tyler Granat is in there. They are battling it out for 3rd to 8th place. Actually 3rd to 7th place, because Richard Swavely has fallen 6 spots now. And he is back about 6 car lengths back. And now Connor LaFrance is trying something on the outside as he stayed high. I don't know if he got pushed high or if he's staying high. Oh, and the Trash Panda, Matt Knight, goes down 2 laps. I wonder if something happened to Matt Knight's car. Let's go check it out real quick, because he's in the pits right now. So we're going to go back and take a quick look. It looks like Matt Knight missed the pit entry and overshot his box and cut him down a couple laps. Yep, he overshot his box and that put him down a lap. So we're still staying with some good clean racing and watching everybody battle it out for that 4th, 5th, and 6th and 7th position. They're coming up on lap traffic again, and Pagan goes to the inside to let them all pass so that she does not hinder anybody at all. Oh, we got them going sideways. Could that bring out the caution? They're staying green. Zach Wilson, as he lost it a little bit there, but he is staying green. You got to wonder how much wear did that put on his car, though. Everybody is starting to pass him on the outside. He may be trying to take the pits this time because it looks like he might have a little damage to that driver front tire. Nope, he's staying out there. He's going to test his fate. See if he can be able to get back any of that position that he just lost with that slide. That moves Jacob Ellenson into 3rd place. Tyler Granat into 4th place. Connor LaFrance is up there in 5th place. Mark Brannigan is in 6th place. Now, Nicholas and Mark are fighting it out for 6th place. Zach Wilson just took over 8th place from Richard Swavely, so he's moving back up the field after losing all those spots. Nicholas Limburger has moved up 10 spots from his starting position in 16th to take over 6th place. You see Connor LaFrance in the 11 right in front of him, but Nicholas is right behind him and trying to move to the outside. It looks like Connor's moving to the inside and pushing Nicholas to the high side so that he can't have a good run coming off of turn 2. They are side by side coming out of 2. Nicholas is pushing it down the back wall. He is in the better position, but going into turn 3, he is a little too high, and Connor is able to push out in front of him. Coming out of 4, going into the tri-oval, they are drag racing down that strip, and it is Connor crossing the start-finish line, holding off Nicholas. Nicholas is having a tough time on the outside. It is not liking the side draft on the outside there. Nicholas has to succeed, or has to went to the inside, and now he's pushing Connor up the track going into 3. He's just at the door. As they come out of 3 and 4, ooh, we got a drag race going across the front. You seen Pagan, her car was a little sideways and a little bit, you seen smoke bellowing out from underneath it as they were trying to pass her coming out of 3 and 4. Connor touched the wall coming out of 2. That cost him a little bit. Nicholas is now in the middle of the track going into 3. He drops low coming into 4. Coming out of 4, he stays high. And Connor is now back down to 6th position. With that battle over with, we'll go take a look at Pagan's little incident and see what happened with her real quick. So she's a little bit high, drifts up the track, hits the wall, slides down the track, starts locking it up, entering the tri-oval, and she's able to get out of the way of everybody coming through. So she has done a pretty good job, but her car is pretty damaged on the outside. So as we're watching the race, let's see if we have any more exciting events going around the track. Tyler Granat is catching up to Jacob Ellenson to be able to fight for that third place. And Chuck Pegleg Phelps is pushing past Connor LaFrance and Richard Swavely. It's Richard Swavely that he's passing and taking over the 7th spot. So Richard Swavely is losing ground from starting at number 2. He is down to 8th and losing 6 spots. Right now, as the leaders are coming around, it's Mario Miranda, Alexander, Jacob Ellenson, Tyler Granat, Nicholas Lindberger, Connor LaFrance, Chuck Phelps, Richard Swavely, Zach Wilson, Mark Brannigan, Logan Sturgeon, Dakota Wilson, Todd Danbury, Tommy Osborne, Colton Tooten, Colton Lamford, Bobby Bender, Matt Knights, and Paige Ellenson. Let's go check in on the Colton twins and see how they're doing. You see Colton in the 25 Patriotic scheme. And Colton Tooten is leading him. Tommy Osborne is leading both of the Colton twins. They're not twins, folks. I just call them that because it gives them a hard time. You see the 69 of Todd Danbury right there in front of Tommy Osborne. Oh, we got a turn. Jacob Ellenson got into the back of Alexander, and now they're side by side. They're beating, they're banging. Oh! Whoa, that should have brought out a caution there. It did not. So that took Jacob Ellenson completely out of first place and pushed him all the way into the pits. So Tyler Granat is now in second place. Alexander is in third. Nicholas Lindberger is in fourth. And Connor LaFrance is in fifth. You know that Jacob Ellenson is not happy with that at all because he was forced down pit road. And he's probably having to use his fast repair. Jacob Ellenson has just went 2 laps down now. Oh yeah, he's not going to be happy at all. Let's see if he's coming out. You got to wonder if that number 48 has a bullseye on his back bumper right now. It better not, but more than likely, that 27 is looking for the 48. And I'm surprised no caution came out, but it was probably because the 48 was able to stay on the track and Jacob Ellenson was forced down pit road, and that's where he took in everything. Tommy Osborne and Colton Tooten and Colton Lamford are going into the pits now. They've signaled that they will be taking a pit break. The leaders had yet to pit. It's side-by-side action between Tyler Granat and Mario Miranda. Wait. Oh, Oh, no, it's not. It's not Miranda. It's Nicholas Limburger and Tyler Granat fighting it out for that second place spot. Cars are coming out of the pits now, so they're going to have to watch out for the merging traffic. And you still have that number 48 out there trying to hold off and get back up there to the number 2, number 3 spot. He has lost it and dropped down to number 4 right now. And you gotta wonder, is there somebody looking for the 48? I know there's a big possibility there is. But that bullseye is getting bigger and bigger. It looks like Jacob Ellenson is done. Let's check on him real quick. I don't want to call him done in the water just yet without knowing. Yes, it does look like Jacob Ellenson has resigned for the night. So, I hate to see it happen like that, but it does. This sport is very competitive. And Connor moves around inside of inside of Alexander, pushing him back to 5th and taking over the 4th spot. Nicholas Limburger is up there with Tyler Granat, fighting it out for 2nd place. You see Colton Tooten right there with the 2 fighting it out for 4th and 5th. He's trying to get back up there so he can lap the leaders and get back his down lap. Right now the lap cars are Chuck Phelps, Zach Wilson in the 51, Chuck Phelps in the 75, Tommy Osborne in the number 1, Colton Tooten in the 46 is 2 laps down. Colton Lanford is 2 laps down in the 25. Todd Danbury in the 69, 2 laps down. Matt Knights is 3 laps down in the 64. Pagan is 6 laps down in the 58. And Jacob Ellenson, I believe, has sent it to the trailer for the night. I could be wrong, but I do believe he's gone to the trailer. So Nicholas Limburger and Richard Schwably have both pitted, and that moves them down. Richard is in the end, and Nicholas is in the pit itself. Mario Miranda has not pitted yet, so you gotta wonder how much wear is on them tires. Tyler Granat has not pitted yet, neither has Connor LaFrance, Alexander, or Mark Brannigan, or Logan for that matter. Dakota Wilson is signaling that they're ready to pit this time around. I'm wondering if Mario is looking to try and put as many laps on these individuals behind him before he goes into the pits, or if he's just going to drive it until it crashes. So Alexander is fighting it out with Connor for that 3rd place, and he takes it over. You see him pulling away. They are side by side coming out of 2, and Connor's able to move in front of him. Alexander has to drop back behind him. Going into 3, he shoots to the inside, pushing Connor up the track. He's staying right off of the bumper. Now this is where the trouble came last time when Alex and Jacob did that, it did not end well. So the battle right now is for second place and first place, because Mario and Tyler Granat and Logan have all pitted. So Connor LaFrance and Alexander are now in the lead. They are fighting it out for the lead right here. And knowing that there's damage on Alexander's car, Connor has to take advantage of that. He's trying to get around as fast as he can so that it will put the leaders one lap down behind them. You see the vehicles starting to come out. Here comes Chuck Pegleg Phelps. He's trying to catch them and get around these guys because they have not pitted yet. Their tires do not have enough traction to hold off the field that is coming up to unlap themselves. Nicholas Limburger is trying to get past Connor so that he can unlap himself. And there he goes on the outside, coming out of two. Nicholas Limburger is now taking over fourth, even though the leader is right behind him. Next on the line is Chuck Pegleg Phelps. Zach Wilson was able to go around. Connor is taking a pit stop. Alexander is staying out there on that car. I do not understand why he is staying out there torturing that car as bad as he is. But he's doing it, and all these lap cars are about to get all their laps back. The next one back is the 81 with Tyler Granat coming quickly behind Alexander. Alexander has stayed out, and he has no traction on his tires. Why he is staying out there, I do not know. But as you see them, they are coming quick with a quickness to pass Alexander. All these cars are trying to catch up and get past Alexander so that they can get their laps back. And almost every one of them have. Colton Langford was the last one and passed him. Todd Danbury is next. He's shooting quickly by. The number 69 is only 6 seconds back. The number 8, Bobby Bender, is only 11 seconds back. Matt Knight is 29 seconds back. Mario Miranda is less than 12 seconds back behind Alexander. Alexander did not make a smart decision and did not pit when he had the chance. So yes, he is leading the race right now, but he will not be leading it in 10 seconds. Because Mario Miranda is coming with a quickness. He is burning off them tires. You see these cars just passing Alexander like he is sitting still in the middle of the track. Oh, we had a little bit of a collision between the 64 and the 47. The 64 was Matt Knights and the 47 was Mark Brannigan. They got a little bit of a bumping right there. So Alexander is just going to drive it until the wheels fall off, it looks like. He's failed to pit again as they come out of turn 4. And here comes Mario. He's 6 seconds back. Logan has went down 1 lap. Now he's back on the lead lap. Chuck Pegleg Phelps is just burning it down, trying to catch Mario, Nicholas, and Zach. You see all these guys trying to catch Alexander. They're only 3 seconds back right now. That 3 seconds is all that matters. between Alexander and Mario. And we're only at lap 61 so far. Alexander is trying to hold him off, but Mario is 1 second right behind him. So Alexander is possibly doing some window driving, mirror driving. Because as you see, there he goes into the pits finally. We now have a lead change with Mario taking it over. But Chuck Pegleg Phelps is pushing as hard as he can. He's getting them Marine Corps legs to pump as hard as possible to get around the track. He is 1 second behind the leader. You see Tyler Gernot trying to catch them Richard Swavely. Coming out of 4, going into the tri-oval. Swavely is easily keeping a good distance between him and Tyler Gernot. So, as the standings are, Mario Miranda, Nicholas Lindberger, Zach Wilson, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, and Richard Swavely round out your top 5. Tyler Gernot, Connor LaFrance, Mark Brannigan Jr., Logan the Fish Sturgeon, and Dakota Wilson round out the top 10. Alexander Muscarella, Colton Tooten, Colton Lanford, Todd Danbury, and Bobby Bender round out your top 15. Tommy Osborne, Matt Knights, Paige Ellenson, and Jacob Ellenson round out the top 19. Jacob Ellenson, I believe, is out of the race for the rest of the night. I'm pretty sure that nobody wants Jacob Ellenson racing mad right now, especially Alexander in the number 48. So we've got a 3-car buildup, trying to catch the leaders. Richard Swavely, Tyler Gernot, and Connor LaFrance are all trying to... Oh! Tyler Gernot and Connor LaFrance just pushed Richard Swavely out of the way, and they are moving with a purpose down the track. Tyler Gernot and Connor LaFrance are working together, moving through the field to catch Pegleg Phelps. I guess that didn't last too long because there goes Connor on the inside of Tyler Gernot. He's got Tommy Osborne, into the back end of Tommy Osborne. He just gave him a bump, but it was enough to slow down Connor LaFrance. Tyler Gernot was able to capitalize on it, and he's pulled away from Connor LaFrance. He's got Tommy Osborne right there in the midst of them. Now it looks like Tyler Gernot is trying to catch Pegleg Phelps and move to the inside. Connor LaFrance is trying to push Pegleg around the track, but it did not help. Instead, it put another car between Tyler Gernot and Connor LaFrance. This teamwork that they had working out for them just went to all holds bar, no holds bar racing, basically, between them two. So Mario Miranda is your leader. Nicholas Lindberger is in 2nd place. Zach Wilson is in 3rd place. Tyler Gernot and Connor LaFrance are fighting it out for that 4th place. They round out your top 5. Richard Swavely is moving up the field. He's wanting back into it. He just moved around Pegleg, pushing him back down to 7th. He's trying... Oh! Pagan is on the inside wall. As she tries to get out of the way, she hits the inside wall again. She did not bring out the caution because she was able to stay out of the way of all the other drivers. This has been some pretty good racing tonight. All green laps, no caution so far tonight, even though we've seen some pretty bad accidents. And now we have a blinker on the screen as Tommy Osborne starts blinking. So Mark Brannigan just pushed his way around Chuck Pegleg Phelps to take over the 7th spot, pushing Chuck back to the 8th. We're watching as Chuck gets pushed. He's slowly losing some ground. Not being pushed, it's just like his tires doesn't have enough grip to be able to keep up with anybody. He might have drove it off trying to catch and unlap himself to get back on the lead lap. So, right now the lap cars are Colton Tooten, Colton Lanford, and Todd Danbury, 1 lap down. Tommy Osborne, 2 laps down. Matt Knights, 5 laps down. Bobby Bender, 10 laps down. Paige Ellenson, 20 laps down. And Jacob Ellenson, 35 laps down. Bobby Bender and Pagan are both in the pits at this time. Let's go check in on our leader, Mario Miranda, as he's able to keep the vehicles just at bay behind him. Nicholas Limburger is in 2nd place, but he's 14 seconds back behind him. Logan is trying his best to catch Mario and unlap himself. It doesn't look like Logan's going to be able to swim fast enough to get up there. That fish is just floundering right now. Check in on Zach Wilson here. He's our 3rd place runner. Right behind Zach is Connor LaFrance. Nicholas Limburger has moved up 14 positions to take over the number 2 spot, and he is trying his best to catch up to Mario Miranda, but he is 14 seconds back. 15 seconds now. So he's pedaling as fast as he can. Now we're looking at Connor LaFrance here. Hang on 1 second while I check something. I thought I heard Jacob Ellenson there for a second. Jake, are you there? Nope. Sorry about the clicking. That's me trying to switch over between the game volumes and the microphone volume. All right, let's go back and check on we do have a caution. Let's see what brought out this caution. We're going to rewind it just a few seconds and see what exactly brought this full caution out. Alright, so you see the 47 is, oh, he gets tapped by the 64 Trash Panda. And that sends him spinning all around. I don't think it was intentional, but we're going to take a look at a different angle. So we're going to look from the back end and see as, let's rewind that just a little bit more. Uh-oh. What just happened? All right. Let's rewind that just a little bit. And that was the Trash Panda, which is... Let's see. The 64 is Matt Knight's. Alright, we're going to take a look at this from his point of view. You hear him on the brakes. Yeah, he was trying to lock it up and not hit him, but it just didn't work out that way. So that just was a bad incident altogether. You see them lining up side by side. It's Mario Miranda, Zach Wilson, Nicholas Limburger, Connor LaFrance, Tyler Granat rounding out the top 5, Richard Swavely, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, Logan the Fish Sturgeon, Alexander Muscarella, Mark Brannigan rounding out the top 10, Dakota Wilson, Colton Tooten, Colton Lanford, Todd Danbury, Tommy Osborne rounding out the top 15, Matt Knights, Bobby Bender, Paige Ellenson, Jacob Ellenson rounding out the top 19. So let's see how the field stacks back up. The wave arounds are given, and there goes the lucky dogs. Everybody stacking up. You got Mario on the outside, Tyler Granat on the inside, Zach Wilson on the inside. Let's see how they're choosing the lineup. Zach Wilson on the outside, Chuck Pegleg Phelps on the inside, Connor LaFrance on the outside, Richard Swavely. Oh, Nick. All right, guys. The one thing about this is whenever they do the outside, the choose cone, it throws everything off. So once everybody gets going again, past the start-finish line, that's when everything will reset to where it's supposed to be. Colton Tooten is coming out of the pits right now. He's trying to keep from going a lap down. There goes the pace car. Here they come into the Geico restart zone. You hear them? There they go. It is Mario, Tyler, Zach, Chuck, Nicholas, Connor, Richard, Logan, Alexander, Mark, Dakota, Colton Langford, Todd Danbury, Colton Tooten, Tommy Osborne, Matt Knights, Bobby Bender, Paige Ellenson, and Jacob Ellenson. And we got a crash in the back. Another caution just came out.
I'll tell you, that was a hell of a thing, keeping it down low.
Let's see if I can see this one again. And the fish he didn't bring out a caution, but he did go hard on to the inside. Oh, it did bring out the caution. Ooh, we saw that and it hurt, but he didn't hit nobody. So the fish got lucky on that one. They didn't want him, they tossed him back. Yes, I know, my jokes are corny. Like I said, fresh tires coming off of turn 2 is like being on a sheet of ice. And Mario thinks he's funny by trying to fake out the field and tell him he's pitting. Nobody fell for it though. However, Alexander and Mark Brannigan, Dakota Wilson, Colton Langford, Logan the Fish, and Colton Tooten all went into the pits on that last one. The lucky dog is Tommy Osborne, as you see him go flying by on the outside. Bobby Bender must have took some major damage because he's been in the pits for 14 minutes now. I believe Pagan has called it a night as well, but I'm going to double check, make sure. Yep. Pagan is right there in the midst of everybody. Bobby Bender is still sitting there in the pit stall waiting for repairs. So they're getting ready to do the choose cone again. It looks like Mario is going to stay right on the low side. They're not ready for the choose cone just yet. Tommy Osborne is entering the pits now. He's trying to get in and out of the pits so that he can be able to beat the pace and keep from getting one lap down. It doesn't look like he's on the out. Let's see if he can make it. It doesn't look like he's going to make it around because the pace car has already come past the out. So that puts Tommy, he's still on the lead lap. All right. You see him coming out back there in the back. So we'll see as they come around this time. The lights are still on the pace car. Right now, the leaders are Mario, Miranda, Tyler Granat in the 81, Zach Wilson in the white 51, Chuck Pegleg Feltz in the 75, and Nicholas Limburger rounding out the top 5. Here we go with the pick. So Mario decides to go to the outside. The lights are off on the pace car. Tyler Granat goes to the inside. Zach Wilson is on the outside. Chuck Pegleg Phelps is on the inside. Nicholas Limburger outside. Connor LaFrance inside. Alexander outside. And now I can't see the rest of the cars. Richard Swavely inside. Colton Lanford outside. Oh, it's just throwing my stuff all to pieces. We're coming out of turn 3, going into 4. You'll see the pace car dive down to the inside of the track here. Should be diving any second now. There he goes. Coming back to the Geico restart zone. You hear the engine starting to rev up. There they go. It is Mario Miranda taking off. Pegleg is being pushed by Connor. Tyler Granat slips right up there, right behind Mario Miranda. We have a side-by-side action with Chuck Pegleg Phelps being pushed by Connor LaFrance around Nicholas Limburger. Nicholas is not having it though. He is staying on the gas coming out of 4th. He cuts down in front of Chuck Pegleg, and Connor's right there behind him, shooting to the outside. Chuck is staying to the inside, and Connor drops down right in front of him. So coming out of turn 4, Chuck is still on the inside. We watch Richard Swavely. Colton Lanford is trying his best to catch up there. Colton looks like he's getting a push from Logan the Fish. So Logan must have used his fast repair for the night. Alexander drops down in front of Chuck. It's Mario, Zach Wilson, Tyler Granat, Nicholas Limburger, Connor LaFrance, Alexander Muscarella, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, Richard Swavely, Logan the Fish Sturgis, Colton Lanford, Dakota Wilson, Mark Brannigan, Colton Tooten, Tommy Osborne, Todd Danbury, Matt Knights, Paige Ellenson, Bobby Bender, Jacob Ellenson. We're watching as Connor is slowly losing traction there. Nicholas Limburger is caught up to Tyler and is using the draft right off of him. And they are staying with the leaders. Mario usually has the chance to be able to pull away, but these guys are staying right behind him. Connor shoots to the inside. Oh, Alexander shot to the inside to block Connor and gets pushed back up the track a little bit. Good. Alexander rubs the wall coming out of 4. Now we're watching Colton Lanford. Right behind Colton Lanford is Dakota Wilson. So Colton Lanford is doing a little bit of mirror driving because he does not want Dakota to catch and pass him. And the rest of the... Oh, we got a spin! It looked like Tommy Osborne got spun to the inside wall.
It just blew up.
You hear him say his engine just blew up. Let's see what happened. Oh, getting the chase. So let's see what happened. The 47 of Mark Brannigan. His vehicle is done for the night. Ah, gotta hate that. So Mark Brannigan is done for the night, possibly because his engine exploded and there. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that the ticker is working right. It stopped working on me for a minute. Just trying to see how many laps were left. I know y'all don't want to see that big old thing on the top of the screen. So I've temporarily lost the overlay. I'll have to find that later. So we're watching as Logan Sturgis comes around the track. He's trying to catch up to Richard Swavely. He actually passes Richard Swavely. He's trying to catch Alexander. Caution is out with 1 lap left. The white flag has been thrown. So we will do a green light check. Everybody's trying to get their last set of shoes on so that they can be able to take off and run this green light checkered down. Right now, Nicholas Limburger is in the lead, Tyler Granat in second place, Logan the Fish Sturgeon in third, Dakota Wilson and Colton Lanford round out your top 5. Connor LaFrance, Mario Miranda, Zach Wilson, Alexander Muscarella, Richard Swavely round out top 10. Tommy Osborne, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, Colton Tooten, Todd Danbury, and Mark Brannigan round out the top 15. Paige Ellenson, Matt Knights, Bobby Bender, and Jacob Ellenson round out the rest of the field. So Nicholas Limburger is 15 spots ahead of where he started to take the lead right now. Tyler Granat in the 81 is 2 spots ahead of where he started. Logan the Fish Sturgeon is 3 spots ahead. Dakota Wilson is 14 spots ahead of where he's started. Colton Lanford is 7 spots above where he started. Connor LaFrance is 3 spots ahead of where he started. Mario Miranda is 4 slots down. Zach Wilson is 7 slots down in 8th place. Alexander Muscarella is 4 slots down in 9th. Richard Swavely is 8 spots down in 10th spot. Tommy Osborne is up 3 spots. Chuck Pegleg Phelps is down 2 spots. Todd Danbury is up 2 spots in 13th. Colton Tooten is down 3 spots. Mark Brannigan is down 8 spots, rounding out the top 15. Paige Ellenson is up 1 spot to take over 16th. Matt Knights is down 4 spots for 17th. Bobby Bender is up 1 from 19th, and Jacob Ellenson is down 11 spots to round out the top 19. We're watching as they come to the choose cone. Nicholas takes the outside. Tyler takes the inside. Logan takes the outside. Connor is on the inside. So this will be it, ladies and gentlemen, unless a caution comes out right at the last second. This is it. Actually, doesn't matter if a caution comes out now or not. The white flag has been flown. So we will be racing one last time all the way around to get the victor. We will do one green, white checkered. So they will go around twice. They have 2 laps to see who the man of the hour, or in Pagan's case, woman of the hour, will be. Pace car's getting ready to drop off the field. There she goes, coming to the Geico restart zone. Hear the engines revving. All 4 tires are in. There they go. Tyler Granat is a little sideways. He misgeared it. He has lost it there, misgearing it, and it cost a couple behind him. Nicholas Limburger is full throttle, and on the outside is Logan. Logan is pushing it to the outside. Limburger is on the inside. We are watching it as it comes down to a drag race. Coming across the start-finish line. It is Nicholas still running. Another caution has come out. They are running it. Let's see what brought out the caution. I think it was the miscue there. We see Tommy Osborne. Oh yeah. Let's switch to Colton Lanford. No, that's Connor LaFrance, not Colton Lamford. All right. So you see the miscue by Tyler, that piles up Connor LaFrance, and that just backs it all up. And then Tommy gets turned sideways. Ugh, gotta hate all that. All right, so here we go. One more green-white checkered check. I think there's 3 chances of the green-white checkered here. Logan the Fish is on the starting position, followed by Mario Miranda, Tyler Granat, Alexander Muscarella, Connor LaFrance, Zach Wilson, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, Richard Swavely, Colton Tooten, Todd Danbury, Tommy Osborne, Nicholas Limburger, Dakota Wilson. Colton Lamford is coming out of the pits. Mark Brannigan's in the pits. Pagan is still in the fight back there. Bobby Bender is still in the pits. He refuses to die. And Jacob Ellenson. So let's see how this lineup is. Well, something just happened to my stuff. It's screwed up somehow. Alright, so are we doing a waiver round? Oh, they're trying to rough up their tires down there on the inside. Logan is down on the inside of the track trying to rough up his tires and get some good traction so that he doesn't misgear it and spin out like Tyler did. Alright, so Logan looks like he's going to be taking the outside. Lights are coming off of the pace car. Mario is taking the inside. Tyler Granat is on the inside. Alexander's on the outside. Connor LaFrance is on the outside. Zach Wilson inside. Colton Tooten outside. Pegleg inside. Tommy Osborne outside. Let's see. Richard Swavely inside. Nicholas Limburger outside. Dakota Wilson inside. Todd Danbury inside. Haven't talked much about Todd Danbury tonight. Look at Pagan's car back there. That poor thing has seen better days. She's missing the nose. And as they come out of turn 3, going into 4, you can hear the drivers revving their engines just a little bit. Pace car's about to drop off of the track. There she goes. Coming to the Geico restart zone. All 4 tires have to be in of the lead car. There they go, and Mario miscued it this time. You got Logan leading. Logan the Fish is leading. Mario is in second place. Tyler Granat is fighting it out for third. Alexander. Here they come into the tri-oval. Takes the white flag. One more lap. Oh, and Tyler Granat pushes Logan Sturgis up the track. You see him losing peg leg. He lost it in 4. They're bouncing off of the walls. Your winner is Mario. Let's go make sure. So the race winner was Mario Miranda. Zach Wilson, second place. Alexander Muscarella in third. Tyler Granat in fourth place. Connor LaFrance in fifth place. Nicholas Limburger in... I'm trying to get this stuff to update, but it's not updating. So let's go back and take a look at that wild finish. This was a 100-lap race, and it ended on 110. So Mario is on the outside trying to take Logan. And as he passes Logan, here comes Alexander out of nowhere. Mario is able to pull away. Logan is just held up. Tyler Granat is pushing Logan up into turn 1 and 2, getting him loose. Then you see Mario is just pulling away from everybody else behind him. Alexander is trying his best to push people out of the way, but doesn't succeed. Whoa. We're going to go ahead and quit out of this. I will save it. I would like to send a shout out to Goat Locker Racing and to our sponsors of Jam Printing and Promotions, Cruisin Classics, Gill's Insurance Advisors, Veterans 48, Redbeard Designs, and of course the Goat Locker guys, Jamie Barkus and Patrick Drabick. This has been a good night of racing. I was your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield. I look forward to seeing y'all next week when at the Arcas on Monday. Tuesday is the Super Late Models. Wednesday will be the Next Gen series. Thursdays will be the Truck series, and then next Friday night will be the Xfinity series again. So I look forward to seeing everybody. Hopefully y'all have a good time, and we will talk to y'all later.